A station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead on the news at noon, flight cancellations continue for many across the country. Our Joseph Olmo is live with a look at the wait people are dealing with at BWI. And with the Christmas season behind us, it's time to get ready for the new year. We'll have tips on how to make a New Year's resolution you're sure to keep. And kayakers became heroes after a plane crashed into a lake. What they had to say about the moments before and after that accident. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Annalisa Gale. We start with meteorologist Damon Matson now. Damon, this roller coaster ride hopefully will be smoothing out soon, thankfully.
I know, agreed with that. After we completely bottomed out over the holiday weekend in terms of our temperatures, we're climbing back up that hill, but that's actually a pretty good thing for many of us. Just how warm are we going to get this afternoon? We'll have a check for you here in just a bit.
Great, thanks, Damon. Well, happening right now, travel troubles continue for hundreds of thousands of passengers. This after Southwest Airlines canceled 2/3 of its entire flight schedule. Transportation reporter Joseph Olmo is live at BWI now. Joseph, what are passengers telling you this afternoon? I was there early this morning, and it was definitely busier than normal.
Well, I'm sure they told you, Annalisa, the exact same thing that they're telling me today. I think it's a mix between like frustration and confusion as to when in the heck am I going to be wheels up to my destination. Remember, a lot of people have vacations that haven't even started yet, and other people are just trying to get back home from their vacation. I want to give you guys a look as if you were a passenger in BWI right now. So these are the computer screens that are displaying what's up with all the flights. And check out this one here, just to show you the amount of flights, arriving flights, that are canceled at BWI. Hartford, Indianapolis, Jackson, Mississippi, Manchester, Myrtle Beach, the list goes on. All of these flights were planes that were supposed to be at BWI today. They're now not at BWI, which means all the flights that are supposed to be out of BWI are canceled. Right now, roughly a third of all flights that are supposed to come in and leave BWI today are canceled. And if you're one of the passengers on one of these canceled flights, probably in this long line here right now. This is a designated line that you're looking at solely for Southwest Airlines passengers whose flights have been canceled. It's kind of been fluctuating throughout the day. There have been times of the day where it's moved very, very quickly. You can tell right now, just after 12 o'clock, it's still got quite a bit of moving to do. But anyway, passengers are going into this line right now to try and work some sort of solution out for their canceled flight. Guys, we are told it might not be until the 31st, that is this Saturday, New Year's Eve, until many of these flights can resume. I spoke to one passenger who said she's been waiting for 4 days now just to get down to Florida. Take a listen.
It just seems like you've spent more time planning your vacation than actually going on your vacation.
My vacation's half over and I still haven't made it there yet.
If you had one thing to say to the CEO of Southwest Airlines right now, what would it be?
Please help us figure this out. Please get your customers happy again.
Desperate plea from another passenger who just wants to get to her destination on time. By the way, Carol, who we spoke to there, you just listened to, she said that she wanted to get down to Florida as soon as possible because apparently her daughter is about to get proposed to, but they're waiting for that proposal until mom can be down there as well to soak up that moment. So Annalisa, I think the message here this morning or this afternoon now is the same that you had earlier this morning, a big mix between frustration that people just can't get to their destination on time or at all, and a lot of confusion as to what happens next.
Yeah, Joseph, I can't imagine. I really feel for those people. What are their options for next go-around, next holiday season to avoid something like this? Is Southwest saying anything this afternoon?
Southwest has been notably silent as of 12:04 Eastern Standard Time. We still haven't heard from the CEO of Southwest. We do have a statement from Southwest. Kind of has everything that you would expect to hear. We're sorry about the inconveniences and we're working as hard as we possibly can. Number one, Department of Transportation says, and this is a Southwest Airlines thing as well, but by law, Department of Transportation says if your flight has been canceled and for whatever reason you do not decide to rebook, doesn't matter the airline, doesn't matter the reason why your flight is canceled, you are entitled to a refund if you don't rebook. I'm also hearing that Southwest Airlines is working with customers on the cost of meals in the meantime, the cost of transportation, and the cost of hotels, something you're going to have to work out with the gate agent that helps you out. Another piece of recommendation, guys, download the Airlines app because there are so many things that you can do on the Airlines app that you don't have to wait wait on the phone or in a long line to do in person or again over the phone. And last but not least, if you really need to get somewhere on time or need to get somewhere by New Year's Eve, just take the refund and rebook on another flight. A lot of aviation experts I'm talking to today, guys, say it's going to be, again, until like Saturday or Sunday, until the majority of Southwest's flights are back on track. Annalisa, one more thing I want to add for all the passengers if you are flying in the next couple of days.
All right, we lost Joseph there. Joseph, thank you for tracking that for us. We really appreciate it. Developing now, a frigid winter storm is barreling across the country, trapping some people in their cars for more than 2 days. So far, more than 50 people have died as a result, with half of the deaths coming from people in Buffalo and western New York. That area can expect an additional 9 inches of snow today, according to the National Weather Service. Well, new this afternoon, D.C. police are investigating a shooting that left one person dead and another injured early Saturday morning. Police say that they responded to that shooting on Georgia Avenue Northwest just after midnight. The man killed has been identified as 50-year-old Richard Antonio Joseph of Alexandria. The other victim was taken to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. A $25,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an arrest. And right now on your screen is a man wanted for an assault with a dangerous weapon earlier this month. Police say the suspect entered a store in Pennsylvania Southeast with a knife. When police got there at the scene, they found that victim, who was taken to the hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Well, the pandemic public health policy that allows border officials to turn away migrants at the southern border, known as Title 42, is set to expire tonight at midnight. But Republicans say border agents aren't ready for the surge of migrants that's expected once the policy is lifted. Anna Warnicki is on the Hill now with the latest.
Thousands of migrants continue to camp out at the U.S.-Mexico border as they wait for Title 42 to expire. Once that happens, border agents can no longer turn away migrants seeking asylum at the border on public health grounds.
They already have said that they can barely keep up.
But Republican lawmakers say lifting Title 42 will cause a surge of migrants that Border Patrol and border communities can't handle. Over the weekend, 3 busloads of migrants were dropped off outside Vice President Kamala Harris's Washington, D.C. home. The White House slammed the move, calling it a, quote, cruel, dangerous, and shameful stunt. For months, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has bused migrants to cities like D.C. in protest of what he calls the president's failed immigration policies. But the Biden administration insists they have a plan and are following court orders to end the policy on Tuesday as scheduled.
Again, that was Anna Warnicki reporting there. Well, shopping centers and strip malls across the DMV were flooded with post-holiday shoppers trying to get their hands on some good deals. DC News Now paid a visit to Fair Oaks Mall in Fairfax County yesterday to see what the buzz was all about.
So over here, we got some New Balances shoes. But to be honest,
many exchanged gifts. There's used gift cards they got as presents. Mall managers tell us this year's day after Christmas business looked better than last year.
Definitely going to spend all my Christmas money today. Yeah, all the money I got for Christmas.
I'm doing some shopping for New Year's Eve, hoping to find an outfit, pick up some new things for the new year.
to be honest, well, today it was a good flat 100, which I thought was a good price. I was expecting to pay more, but I'm happy with what I paid.
All right, well, the day after Christmas is considered to be one of the busiest shopping days of the year, behind only Black Friday and the Friday before Christmas. And the busy post-Christmas shopping comes after a strong holiday season, which saw Americans spend on gifts despite the impact of inflation. According to MasterCard, spending post-holiday sales rose by 7.6%, which was lower than last year, but higher than the company predicted. Clothing was a major contributor, with sales rising by nearly 5%. Online shopping also increased in popularity, with sales rising by more than 10%. Well, if you're mailing a late holiday gift using UPS and FedEx, you better hurry or it could cost you. Both services are planning to hike up delivery prices by as much as 7%, and those companies blame it on inflation. The rising cost depends on the type of packages and the distance of those deliveries. Well, believe it or not, the new year is right around the corner, but if you're looking to keep your resolutions past just the first few weeks, you may need to adjust them to make them more manageable. Mandy Doria is an assistant professor at the University of Colorado Department. She says new stressors returning to work and not properly developing goals can make those resolutions fall short. She says be patient with yourself, get it in a routine there, and don't rush or overload yourself too much.
Trying to do too much at once for anyone is really difficult for just the way that we're wired to function. As humans, we rely on routine, predictability, certainty. So when you try to make too many changes at once, it can really set yourself up for a feeling of failure.
And one way Doria says it will help you maintain your progress is to make smart resolutions. First, be specific and make them measurable. You should know exactly what you want your goal to look like. Make sure they're attainable. The goal should not be far-fetched. Make sure you can reliably work toward your goal. And finally, make sure they're time-based, so set a deadline. She also said to start small and take your goals day by day so you do not lose track of them at all. All right, and we're